What's going on, everybody? I want to thank everybody for watching the videos and hitting that like button and the comments. It's been fun interacting with you folks. It's a lot of hard work out here, not gonna lie. There's a lot of work pushing around through these mountains. It's hot in the summertime, sweat, feet are sore, my legs are sore, and it's a lot of fun too, you know. It's an adventure. We're done for the day. I think earlier I posted a video that had to do with those gypsy caterpillars, and now gypsy moths flying around out here. Has quite the situation there for sure. But I want to let everybody know that you know, maybe in some videos back in the spring and maybe late last fall, you might have heard me speak about a little project that I am trying to conquer, and that consists of getting an ordinance for species awareness of Sasquatch built into the books of the local town that I do research in. I have made contact with an individual whom I spoke to, who kind of gave me a outline of what that might look like, and I'm gonna be going there soon. I believe it's going to be on the 22nd of July. That's this month. And I need to get everything ready. I wasn't even supposed to come up in here today. It was because of the temperature, and I just couldn't resist it. There's not going to be too many days here in the dead of summer where it's only 65, 70 degrees with overcast skies. It was just kind of ideal. And so I came up in, and I also wanted to complete the investigation on that encounter that happened July 3rd at 440 last weekend. Yes, last weekend. But yeah, so what am I doing? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. At least this is what I think I'm doing, and I hope I can get it done. Good for me to talk about this. So yes, the overall plan is to get an ordinance put in place in the township that I do research in for species awareness of Sasquatch. Why? Well, because I think the people have the right to know. And I think it's important that they do know. Because we are talking about a being that is family oriented up in the forests, the Adirondacks, and across North America into Canada and southern United States, all over the world. Toddlers, just like us, little babies, whatever, probably born 40, 50 pounds, I don't know. But full grown, 600 to 1,000 pounds. Could rip a cow right in two. They're shy. They don't like to be discovered. They stay hidden, primarily nocturnal. And they're so good at staying hidden that the majority of the public has no idea. And the ones that do know, or have only heard about it a couple of times, just think it's a taboo subject that has something to do with that Patty film. And that's as far as it goes for them. They have no idea the reality of the situation. And therefore, when they plan a camping trip to come up here into the Adirondacks and per se come into this area to go in camping for a week, I think they have the right to know and they should have the information available to be aware that there is a bipedal primate, very human-like, very family-oriented, roaming around in the Adirondack forest, and could quite possibly come and visit you at night, late at night. Probably be good to know, keep your dog tied up. Sasquatch aren't too fond of dogs. There's a good point. All right, who's brought their dog up camping into the Adirondacks and it took off and ran off and never came back? See the lost dog reports on the walls of the stores, telephone poles. Not saying every one of those is because of Sasquatch, ate him, but I'll bet you that they have. If somebody was up camping in the Adirondacks and at 2 o'clock in the morning they had to get out to go to the bathroom on a fully moonlit night, head on over 30 feet away from the tent, and there, standing right out in the middle in the open, is a 9-foot tall or 8-foot tall being that growls. That person is going to be affected for life. They should be ready. They should know. They should be aware. And we have the right to know. So, look, this ordinance has already been put in place in Whitehall, New York, which is in the same county that I'm in. Paul Bartholomew had a big part in that, if he isn't the one that actually wrote it, I think. And they were successful, and that had a lot to do with the famous 1976 case with the Abear Road incident, where Bill Brand and some other police officers had actually visually witnessed a Sasquatch in that town. Credible people with a credible story. And as we move on from the 1976 era and we head into the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, more and more encounters as the population grows and we start moving out into the forest and chopping more of it down to build our homes, more encounters have occurred by judges, forest rangers, more police officers, people that have everything to lose to go speaking about something that's taboo, that's unbelievable, unclassified. It's time. It's coming. And I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to try to get this put through. I need to get me a suit so I don't present myself as a hillbilly. I want to get an easel and some poster board. I need some diagrams. I need facts. I need links to information. I need to present this as if they never even knew the subject itself. And it's going to be unbelievable. And then I need to put together some sort of a handbook, brochure, the information that would go onto a website, the language. I have a lot of work to do. And I can't burden this town with a subject matter that they are not fluent in. Therefore, we have to do a lot of this footwork ourselves. I don't want to burden this town with a job and have them say, well, who's going to do all this stuff and where's the money going to come from? You're going to have the taxpayers pay for all of this, blah, blah, blah. Well, if I have to make the signs myself, I'll make the signs myself. Okay, how many do you need? 1,500 of them? We'll have a Bigfoot conference, and we'll cut the boards and we'll stain them and we'll put the writing on them. And you know, ultimately what I would like to see is if I come up into a trout pond or something, or a trailhead to a mountain hike, and you have the you know, the sign-in booth. You drop that down, write your name in when you're going in, and you're supposed to sign out when you're going out. And up on the tree, you know, if there's a pond in there, it talks about, you know, no live bait, and clean off your boat, and do this and do that. Well, along the lines of that, if there was an area in the Adirondacks where a sighting had been encountered, very recent, then I think that just like if there was a bear sighting in a campsite, well, sometimes they shut the camp down or they shut the park down because they have a bear in the area or whatever. Well, what about Sasquatch? You know, I mean, if somebody witnesses a Sasquatch up into an area, well, then I think that there should be some sort of a posting on that trailhead that there has been a Sasquatch sighted, or there was a couple who heard some really loud screams and you know, heard some trees smashing, getting knocked down. They got scared and they ran out of the place. I mean, not all that, but there should at least be a little posting there saying that there was a recent encounter with Sasquatch. And then there should be a link to information that they can go and say, what are you talking about? Sasquatch? Okay, let's look this up, hon. All right, go on the website, this, that, and that, and this, where we're at and everything else. Okay, oh, wow. Okay, Sasquatch. Here's everything about Sasquatch, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you might see, what you might hear, what you should do if you're put into certain situations, and what you shouldn't do. And I think these people have the right to have that information. And I think I can get this done. At least I'm hoping that I can get it done. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate all the comments. Thank you again. Until next time, this is Sasquatch Wizard Adirondacks, waving my magic wand.